It's Monday, November 16th, 2015, and this is What Did I Miss, the show that finds everything that was interesting on the internet today so that you don't have to. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe and share the video with everyone you know. Without further ado, let's do this. We've got a lot of things to talk about from the weekend that aren't so happy, so I'm going to start off with a happy story. In the Republic of Ireland, same-sex marriage is now legalized. The law passed after a referendum in May and became legal today. The best news about the decision is that same-sex couples that were married in other countries where it was legal are now recognized by the country. So congratulations to Ireland. If you're a fan of The Walking Dead, you've probably come up with a doomsday scenario including your favorite weapon and where you would likely hide out. Well, there's a website that will give you a visualization of how quickly the zombie plague will spread. So if you've ever been curious, play around with it. The link is in the description below. Apparently the KKK wants to expand their land in an unusual way. They want to adopt a stretch of highway in North Georgia. They want to get recognition for a 1-mile span of Route 515. And they're getting support from the American Civil Liberties Union on the basis of free speech and defending constitutional rights. The state's legal brief stated, erecting an adopt a highway sign that states that it's from the KKK would announce to the world that the state is in support of the Klan. And an absurd statement like that would send the state back decades. A confrontation with an officer in North Carolina ended with a man being shot and an officer being injured. Deputies arrived on scene to conduct an assault investigation, but the man that they were investigating no longer lived on the premises. When 33-year-old John Livingston told them this, the officers requested to enter the home. Livingston then asked the officers if they had a warrant for the investigation, which they did not. Then Livingston closed the door. The officer then kicked in the door, tackled Livingston, and began beating him. After rolling around in this confrontation for a few seconds, the taser ended up in Livingston's hands. And it was at this point that the officer shot him. He was shot 6 times and died a short time later. Livingston didn't have a weapon. Authorities have not released the names of the officers involved. They are on administrative leave. And finally, I've got a lot to say on this subject. I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the litany of tragedies in France and Beirut, resulting in hundreds of civilian casualties. I don't enjoy hashing out politics and what the media is doing amidst all of what is going on and the fact that people have died, but if people with good moral values and sanity don't speak up, all we're left with is fear-mongering and bad decisions. First, let's talk about the things that we can agree on. ISIS. Well, I think we all can agree that these guys are a bunch of assholes that are just trying to kill people for the sake of spreading fear and killing people. We can also agree that the tragedies that occurred are sad and senseless, and we can only hope that there's no more bloodshed for everyone that's involved. A sense of safety should not be a privilege for the lucky few. And here's where I'm going to lose some of my audience, and that's perfectly fine. You don't have to like what I say. I've seen people making the argument, we just bomb ISIS, we nuke them, we just bomb the Islamic states that house them, and just take them off the map, just blow them up, it's fine, we'll just take care of it. Why haven't we done it already? I even saw somebody make the argument that we've had peace with Japan since 1945 because we dropped 2 nuclear bombs on them. Maybe it's time we do that with the Islamic State. There's a fucking reason we haven't used a nuclear bomb on anyone since then. We killed thousands of innocent people in an instant, not to mention the thousands that died from radiation poisoning and the degenerative diseases that were passed on from generation to generation. But yeah, you're right. Let's nuke the Islamic states because that's going to take care of the problem. There's only one problem with that. Radical Islamic terrorist groups, including ISIS, want to die. Their purpose is to die for the cause. If you kill them, you're giving them exactly what they set out to do. To die. Now this next bit is going to separate my fan base even further. I hate getting political because everyone has the correct opinion, but I am going to say this. Donald Trump is a fear monger. Let me explain why. If I was a bottled water distributor, and let's say we found out there was something wrong with the tap water, then I say, if you buy from me, everything is going to be okay. I can't say the same for tap water or other bottled waters, but if you buy from me, I am going to make sure that everything is perfectly fine. That's forcing you to make a decision based on fear. No statistics provided, no good information, no background whatsoever. Donald Trump is taking advantage of buzzwords and fear. He keeps saying that if he's elected, he's going to bomb all the bad people and exile all of these illegal immigrants, and he's just going to make everything perfect, back to the way it was. I even saw something this morning that he said that we need to send all of these refugees back because we don't know if they're ISIS. I mean, I don't know. Do you know? They're probably plotting to kill us all right now. He has no substantial means to do so, nor an education that provides him with the ability to make those decisions. He's preying on group fear. Some of the worst decisions in history have been made based on fear, including the atom bombs that were dropped in Japan. So to use events like this to define yourself as a savior of this country or of the world is not only wrong, it's narcissistic, it's sick, it's terrible. People died, but you're gonna make it better. You're going to make everything better, and only you know how. And that's all I have for today. If you'd like to learn more about anything I talked about, links are in the description below. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already, and please share the video with everyone you know. And as always, I'll see you tomorrow when you ask yourself, what did I miss?